In today's video, I'm reviewing a 2011 Cadillac Escalade ESV. The ESV is the extended version of the Cadillac Escalade. The Escalade came to market in 1999 and is now in its fourth generation. This 2011 model is part of the third generation, produced from 2007 to 2014. The Escalade is part of the GM family of SUVs that includes the Chevy Tahoe and Suburban, the GMC Yukon and Yukon XL, and then of course the Cadillac Escalade and the ESV. They're also heavily based off the GMC Sierra and Chevy Silverado pickup trucks. The third generation model of the Cadillac Escalade sees a really nice advancement in the exterior design. It's got a much more premium upscale look than the first and second generation models did. And really looking at the full-size SUV lineup from GM with the Chevy Tahoe and Suburban as well as the Yukon and Yukon XL, GM really upped their game with the introduction of those new 2007 models, all of them having a much more squared off look with sharper edges, resulting in a much more premium look. With the Escalade being the range topping model in the lineup, coming in at the highest starting price, it's got the most dramatic styling that really helps it to stand out in the lineup. You'll see throughout the vehicle heavy use of chrome accents. That on the rear hatch. Chrome accents on the door handles, as well as the strip along the doors. This model has the upgraded 22-inch wheels in all chrome. Really make the vehicle pop. Side gills in chrome. Headlights have a very large, dramatic design to them, with a lot of chrome inset. And then of course the large dramatic chrome grille in the front of the vehicle really makes the Escalade stand out. The dramatic styling on the Escalade as a whole makes the vehicle really pop, and with that it's become a very popular vehicle within some of the elite circles in the US market. It's the vehicle used in the presidential motorcade. A lot of professional athletes driving these, also popular with movie stars. The Escalade is offered in two different lengths. Just as you have with the Chevy Tahoe and the extended Suburban model, the Escalade is the equivalent length to the Chevy Tahoe, whereas the ESV is the same length as the longer Suburban. Makes it a very capable vehicle if you have a need to transport quite a few passengers and their cargo. With the shorter Escalade model, it does have the same seating capacity, but there's much less cargo capacity in the rear. And so it's kind of an either-or scenario where you can either use that third row seat or fold it down and use the cargo capacity. Overall, the Escalade is a really nice advancement with this third generation model. Much more upscale look, much more premium than the prior versions. The interior of the Escalade's got a pretty nice overall look to it, but you will notice here that it's very similar to the GMC and Chevy counterparts. We do see a nice refresh over the second generation model. It's got a much more premium look than that vehicle did. And while it doesn't keep up with some of the competition within the German segment, it's still a very nice interior. As far as options go, the Escalade is heavily loaded. We've got power windows and door locks, power mirrors that automatically fold. We've got memory settings for up to 2 drivers. You'll notice in the mirror that we've got an inset blinker and blind spot monitoring. We've got Bose premium audio system that's got really great sound characteristics. Power seats with lumbar support. Automatic headlight. Steering wheel's got inset wood accents and controls for cruise control, audio, and Bluetooth. It's also a heated steering wheel. Instrument cluster has a nice update over the Chevy and GMC models. In the middle, you'll notice that we've got some stainless steel accents as well as the cherry wood. Gives the vehicle a premium look. Large center screen here that controls your audio, climate settings, and other vehicle functions. Got tri-zone climate control settings for both the driver and front passenger as well as the rear of the vehicle. Also got electric control of the brake and gas pedal for the driver, as well as the ability to turn off parking sensors. Notice a large center console. Got cup holders here, ashtray, center console adjusts in a few compartments. One thing you will notice about the Escalade is that the quality of materials is a little bit subpar. It would be nice if they advanced the materials a little bit compared to the Chevy and GMC models. You look at some of the German competition, the Escalade doesn't really stack up when it comes to the quality materials. Still got a nice overall look and it's a pretty nice cabin, but things do feel a little cheaper. You can notice that a little bit with this guy here. This wobbles a little bit. You do get some rattles throughout the vehicle. But again, the Escalade is kind of appealing to a different market than those German vehicles. You'll notice the sunroof, controls for that up above, as well as control for electronic rear hatch here. Memory settings for up to 3 garage door openers. It's got OnStar and self-dimming mirror. Again, nice overall look up there. Also worth noting, the seats in this vehicle are very comfortable. They've got really nice support. Really just GM SUVs and trucks as a whole have really nice seats. Notice the middle row here has got the captain seats. So you can climb in through the middle to access that third row, or the use of this button, you can fold that seat down by doing that once, pull one more time, and the whole seat will fold up, providing even easier access to the rear. Third row seat is definitely usable in the SV. Comparing it to most other models with third row seats, you're going to find that this is a lot more spacious. You'll notice that we've got TV screens for the middle and third row seats. Down here we've got inputs for that screen. Heated seats for the middle row passenger, so a really nice feature there, as well as climate control settings. Looks like we've got dual zone for both sides of the vehicle, and then we've got some other media functions here. Those interface with the TV screens up above as well as with the audio system in the vehicle. Very spacious cabin, as you can see. And we'll come around to the rear hatch, which is electronic. And you'll see that with that third row seat in use, you still have a lot of cargo capacity. So very usable space back here. And then of course those seats can be folded down or removed quite easily from the vehicle, further increasing that cargo capacity. So comparing the ESV to some of the other full-size SUVs on the market, again, looking at the Mercedes GLS, the Audi Q7, or the BMW X5, those vehicles do offer third row seats, but cargo capacity is very limited with those in use. The Escalade has a much larger size and offers a real benefit in that sense, if you have that need. The Escalade is offered with a very powerful 6.2 liter V8 that's got 403 horsepower and 417 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission and available in either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. The EPA rating is 12 miles per gallon in the city and 18 to 19 miles per gallon on the highway. Tow capacity is 7,400 pounds. The Escalade is pretty unique from its competition within this segment. You look at some of the other luxury full-size SUVs on the market, the Mercedes GLS, the Audi Q7, the BMW X5, and those vehicles really appeal to a very different demographic. They've got a much more car-like ride, very aggressive performers when it comes to, really driving the vehicles hard. The Escalade, on the other hand, has much more of a truck-like feel to it, and so it's still got that premium luxury feel to it that you get from those other brands, but it's got a much higher towing capacity. It's got a much more throatier V8 engine. Dimensions are a lot larger, and then of course the space for passengers and cargo capacity is increased quite a bit as well. And so it's a very different vehicle from those other brands, and it really just kind of depends on what you're looking for in a vehicle. If you want something that feels a little bit more like a car, that's going to handle a little more like a car, the Escalade's probably not the vehicle for you. But if you want something that's got more of a truck-like feel to it, you're going to be able to take your whole family in and pull the boat to the lake, then the Escalade's a really good option and offers a lot of nice advantages over those other vehicles. Coming out of the corner here, we'll go ahead and push the throttle a little bit. One of my favorite things about the Escalade is the way that this engine sounds. Great throaty V8 engine in there. Gives you that really American muscle car feel. Something that you don't get from those German brands. Yeah, they're great performers, but in a different way. This has just got a really nice rumble to it. In general, the Escalade's a pretty nice cabin. It's very quiet, it's very comfortable and smooth. The whole GM family of SUVs as a whole is a really great offering. There's a reason that they sell in such high sales volumes and really kind of own the whole full-size SUV market. They're very great performers in terms of great powertrains, pretty decent fuel economy. The Escalade maybe a little bit less so because of that 6.2 liter V8. But in general, it's still a really great vehicle. It's very quiet, very smooth, very comfortable, and then of course a lot of features and options. Makes it a really great overall vehicle. So that's the third generation of the Cadillac Escalade. Overall, really nice SUV offering from GM. If you've got a large family and you want a luxury vehicle that's very capable of towing and has more of a truck-like feel to it, the Escalade is a really good option to consider. You do suffer from some cheaper materials throughout the vehicle, but overall it's still a really solid SUV that's a really good option within the segment. If you have any comments or questions on the ESV, leave them in the section below. For more car reviews, subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching.